Tubi has some incredible movies right now, and I put together a list of 7 underrated gems you might have missed hiding in its free catalog. That's right, Tubi's completely free, so if you're not using it yet, you're missing out. As usual, I save my favorite pick for last, so stick around so you can see what it is. And I have to say, it's a beautiful film and it feels like a storybook. So let's get into it and start off with a strange pick that goes from calm to a cosmic nightmare real quick, and The Color Out of Space. A family living on a remote farm encounters a mysterious meteorite that begins to warp reality itself. This one has definitely picked up a bit of a cult following within niche horror circles, but general audiences have been slow to discover it. I like that the horror isn't entirely jump scare based, but more about things slowly going wrong and weird in ways that you can't explain at first. If you like trippy, cosmic B-grade horror, The Color Out of Space is a great late night watch. Next up, we have a gripping thriller that sticks with you long after the credits roll. I'm talking about Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. A deaf factory worker becomes desperate to save his sister, and one bad decision sets off a chain reaction of violence. Believe it or not, critics were tough on this early effort from Park Chan-wook, a director who since then has earned nothing but praise. Compared to a film like Oldboy, it moves slower and the moral lines aren't as clear, but that's what makes this gory revenge thriller interesting. I love that there's really no heroes in this, just brilliant actors portraying people who make worse and worse decisions. If you want to see just how bad things can get, even if you're the good guy, have you some sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. Let's slow things down with something more intimate in 2006's Half Nelson. A middle school teacher hides a serious drug addiction while forming an unlikely bond with one of his students. This movie's one of those quiet, low-key, solid stories, not the kind of movie that's screaming for attention. Ryan Gosling feels painfully real here as a self-destructive teacher. He's messy, flawed, and human, enough to earn him an Oscar nomination at the time. It's one of those solid and realistic, familiar stories about how someone can be inspiring in one moment and just falling apart in the next. If you're into grounded character studies, Half Nelson is absolutely worth your time. Now let's pivot hard into something weird and hypnotic. The Love Witch. A modern-day witch uses love spells and potions to make men fall for her, with dangerous results. I try going into watching a movie knowing as little as possible, and with this one I knew absolutely nothing. So halfway through I'm thinking, how have I never heard of this movie growing up? Only to find out that it was made in 2016. I mean, it looks like something straight out of the 1960s. Though not without its flaws, every frame feels intentional. The colors, costume, writing, and music, it's all part of the spell, and interestingly enough, all done by the same person, the director of the film. It looks like a colorful love letter to rom-coms from the 60s and to Hitchcock, but underneath all that style, it has a story that's surprisingly witty and dark. If you like stylish, artsy, light B horror, The Love Witch is mesmerizing. At this point, we've covered trippy sci-fi, revenge, drama, and witches, but we're not done yet. Let's get even weirder and bring in a kaiju with the movie Colossal. In Colossal, a woman dealing with personal failure discovers that she's somehow connected to a giant monster attacking a city across the world. An unconventional premise in the trailer that made it look like a goofy monster movie. And yes, it is unconventional and a little goofy, but it actually works. This one sneaks up on you in a quirky and fun way, then suddenly gets very real. It's simple in style, but with a plot that's thoughtful and deep, and it rarely goes where you expect it to. If you ever complain about Hollywood's non-stop reruns and lack of originality, here's your chance to see something totally different with Colossal. Up next, we have a mesmerizing moral drama in 2005's Match Point. In Match Point, a former tennis pro falls for an actress who happens to be dating his friend and soon-to-be brother-in-law. It's not flashy and it isn't rushed, and it came at a point where Woody Allen's career seemed almost stalled. A rare suspense thriller from Allen, Match Point is a sharp character study about relationships, society, class, and, most importantly, luck. It's one of those movies that'll make you ask yourself, do people really get what they deserve? If you're in the mood for a sharp drama that's full of surprises, look no further than Match Point. Alright, we made it to my favorite movie on this list, The Last Black Man in San Francisco. This is a story of a young man who searches for home in the changing city that seems to have left him behind. Although it won awards at Sundance, a lack of marketing left this quiet and poetic film overlooked by mainstream audiences. It doesn't follow traditional story structure, but it feels honest and warm, like you're watching someone's memories or reading a diary you found in the attic of an old historic home. It's a film about belonging to a place, to people, to yourself, a truly hypnotic and visually stunning experience. If you love emotional, beautifully made films, The Last Black Man in San Francisco will stay with you long after it ends. So there you have it, 7 underrated movies on Tubi that you can stream for free today. So which one of these are you watching first, and what's the best hidden gem that you found on Tubi? Let us all know in the comments. If you love movies like I do, hit that subscribe button and join the MovieSnacks community, and together we'll keep exploring the best films that streaming has to offer. And as always, thank you for watching, and until next time.